Hey, what's going on YouTube, SneakerTube.tv, Twitter, Facebook, and everybody? Man, Air Jordan 14 back with a new video, and today it's going to be a performance review on these. Okay, the Lebron 8s. All right, picked up a pair of these. If you watched the pickup post a few weeks ago. And finally got a chance to test them out on the court. And my overall impressions were positive, but I'm going to get into specifics, and hopefully it can help somebody who may be looking at picking up a pair. Maybe they're on the fence about these and another shoe. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Starting with the upper and the fit. As you can see, primarily it is a leather based upper, which you've got areas of fly wire in key zones around here, in the flex area on the lateral side of the forefoot, back here on the lateral heel, and then on the medial heel as well. And the purpose of that fly wire is to help cut down on the weight while still giving you the lateral support. The upper itself is rather thick and well padded. You got to remember, of course, who the shoe is designed for. So overall, said the fit is very good because of that padding, but it is a heavier shoe, so you definitely want to take that into consideration. And actually, I think I weighed these and they clocked in at 18.3 ounces, so it's definitely closer to the heavyweight end of the basketball shoe spectrum. Particularly if you watch some of the other reviews I've done, I've been, doing Hyper Dunks and Kobe's and 2010s, these lighter shoes, and then to get into these, it was a bit of a transition. So, said the fit is actually pretty good. Going into the inner. The heel here is lined with a rather smooth material. The tongue is integrated into the inner, so that actually does help with fit. And the fit is actually very good. I didn't experience any, front to back or side to side movement within the shoe as long as I, laced them up properly. The fit, like I said, was actually pretty good from that standpoint. Though I will tell you this, as you can see, there's a mesh here along the tongue for breathability. That's one area that could be slightly better. It's got some venting holes here on the lateral side and then here on the medial side. But because the shoe itself is built like a tank, which is not a bad thing, it just could be slightly more breathable. My feet weren't, I couldn't wring out my socks or anything like that. But it was definitely, you could definitely notice some heat buildup within the shoe. So if you have really nasty, sweaty feet, perhaps you want to, I don't know, change socks between games or something like that. But the inner does provide a very good fit. So there's no real seams that could provide chafing, but I will throw out a word of caution. I don't know if you can see this along the top of the tongue, the stitching here, because usually I wear low cut socks, but seeing that I wore a bit higher cut of a sock, so if you normally wear no-show socks or anything, you may want to get maybe wearing ankle socks or something just to leave a layer in between your skin. And let me see if I can close in upon it. This stitching right here, it can get a little rough, with you running and everything up and down the court. So just want to throw out a word of caution about that. Moving down to the midsole and the cushioning. Be honest, when I first put them on, I did not like them. I didn't like the way they felt at first. It could have just been because I'm primarily a Zoom guy, and haven't put on a pair of 360 basketball shoes in a very long time. So But I will say, once I got into it, it was very comfortable. Um, the full length bag does a great job of soaking up, impact protection. You got a really good ride. Uh, wasn't quite as responsive, of course, as a Zoom Air shoe, but I will say, I don't know. Said with me not having worn 360 Air in a very, very long time since the Air Total Max, that should let you know how long ago that is. Um, it seemed to be, I don't know if they've tuned it differently, but it definitely seemed to be more responsive and softer um, than typical uh, shoes with this cushioning setup. So I was actually pleasantly surprised, and I did like that. So shout out to the gang at Nike for that. The midsole, Phylon, it aids in that. So you've got a really good impact protection combination there. One of the things I did like about it is actually this is more of a stable shoe, despite sometimes shoes with full length Air Max like this tend to be a little unstable, but I did find the Lebron-Mdn't-Nvy-Vrsty to be a very stable shoe. It does have, and you should be able to see it as I turn it that angle. As you can see, it's got this slight lateral outrigger right there, which helps from the shoe, it not really turning over or anything like that. And I didn't experience any instances where the shoe wanted to roll or tip or anything like that. So it's definitely a very stable shoe. Moving down to the bottom right here, as you can see, on the white parts, you have a slightly modified herringbone pattern, and then you've got I don't want to say almost a wavy type feel here on the blue areas. Traction on these were pretty good. Didn't really experience any slipping, and it was good. I don't even remember actually having to wipe the shoe off. So shouts out to Nike for that. And actually, if you notice, the past few Nike basketball shoes I've done, the traction has been really good. So I don't know if that's an area that they're focusing on as well, but the Nike basketball shoes that I have done, the traction on them has been really good, and Lebron-Mdn't-Nvy-Vrsty is no exception rather to that. So traction is really good on those. You get a really good fit around the heel, and a lockdown fit. So there's no internal movement. It's a very stable shoe. Of course, if weight is your primary concern, then there's some other options out there, or with the $160 price point that these retail at, that may scare some people off as well. But if you're either a LeBron guy or money is not an issue, I could definitely recommend these as a serious ball shoe. You can definitely get it in these, and they won't let you down. Overall, they're a good shoe. I definitely enjoyed playing in them, and even, like I said, I'm not a Zoom guy, but I definitely enjoyed them. They're definitely a quality shoe, well built, can definitely stand up to whatever performance needs you have. If you're a lighter guy concerned about weight, then there are other options out there. Maybe something in the Hyper series, Hyperize, Hyper Dunk, Hyper Fuse, something like that. But if you're a bigger guy, and you can of course find these below retail, or like I said, if you just got it like that, definitely good shoe to pick up and hoop in, and it looks pretty good as well. So I enjoyed my time playing in them. Like I said, definitely the cons about these would be, for me, the heat buildup and the weight for me. But other than that, everything else about the shoe was pretty much positive. So I would recommend them. So I'm gonna go ahead and close the lid on the review of the LeBron 8s. So again, I appreciate everybody, checking out the videos and everything. I'm definitely appreciate it. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe. You can put these on any of your social networks, your Facebook, Twitter, if you have a blog. Feel free, put them out there, recommended to other people. So again, everybody who's watching, I do appreciate it, all the comments and everything. Just thank you for that. Much respect for everyone who's taking the time out to do that. So with that being said, I'm going to close the lid on this review. It's a nice, beautiful Saturday. Just going to enjoy it. Check back later today for the latest installment of the collection videos, Volume 8. I know some people have been asking about that, but I've been boxing up some shoes, so I actually had to find all my 8s. So tracked all those down. So that video will be coming later today. So be on the lookout for that. Again, appreciate everyone watching. Take care, and we'll see you later.